Hello, thank you for joining me. Today is Sunday the 10th of September 2023 and I'm in these gardens in Amersham. Today is the day of the Amersham Heritage Day. I thought I'd start the video here just where it's a little bit quieter in these very nice gardens. It's very hot. It's about 28 degrees now and it's still only about 9:30 in the morning, so it's going to be quite a hot day, but it's going to be an interesting day. What we're going to do, the event starts at about 11. So I thought we'll have a walk around the event before too many crowds come in, because I think it's going to get quite busy. But I just thought we'll show you these gardens. I think they're really nice gardens. Look at these roses here, very nice. Let's go and have a look though at some of the classic cars and vehicles on display. They are up at the station. I won't feature in this video, but up at Amersham Station, the 1938 tube stop from the London Transport Museum. It's running up and down between Amersham and Watford all day, which I spent yesterday chasing in my Lada Riva, which we shall see. It's displayed down that end of the high streets. This is Amersham Old Town. For those of you who don't really know Amersham, Amersham New Town is where the railway station is, so that appeared when the Metropolitan line was built. So let's have a look at some of the vehicles on display. Got a Scamell lorry there. The noise you can hear is coming from these fairground light rides. So it's really nice sign writing on this lorry. And then as we go along here, there's a couple of vintage vans. Some of these cars I'm not too clued up on exactly what they are, but I think that's a Morris and that's a Ford. It's a very nice sign writing on them. And we've got a Singer. Got a Triumph down there, a Vauxhall. There's still various cars coming and going. I got here extra early just to make sure, you know, that I definitely got here. So I came in my Lada Riva. I was about first or second car to get here, and then over the last hour various other cars arrived. Steam engines have arrived, so it's been quite an interesting morning, you know, just watching everything arrive in such a nice setting. But I think as the day goes on, it's going to get really hot. But yeah, it's going to be a good day. They are also running vintage buses, so probably later on in the day I'll catch the bus up to Amersham New Town. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way to Chesham. It's a little bit hot to be on a vintage bus for too long. As much as I like 1938 stock, I am glad I didn't decide to book tickets on it this time, because I should think being on that would be really hot. There's a bike there, a Morris Minor bike just over there, and we'll have a look at that later. And we're going to go along here. There's a Beetle coming, a Volkswagen Beetle. Just watch that get lost. Yes, see this Morris Minor bike coming? That's my dad, just waving at me. My dad made that. We'll go and have a look at that later, and he came in his Morris pickup, so we'll go and see that when we get down the other end of the high street. MG there. More than that. Are these all MGs? A few MGs. Yeah, this is like the MG corner here. Look, all MGs. I like it when you get like one type of car altogether. I'd be very surprised if any other Ladas turn up or any other Eastern European cars turn up, so I'm happy that I've arrived today here in my Lada. I'm sort of representing that corner of Europe that usually is quite often underrepresented at classic car shows. So we get to the centre now of the Amersham Old Town. There's the Market Hall. I think upstairs there's a tea room. I remember going up there once when I was little. You quite often, if you ever watch Midsummer Murders, you'll quite often see Amersham Old Town on Midsummer Murders. There's the parish church. Also around here is the River Misbourne, that flows sort of behind the Old Town Centre. So we're just going now into the Market Hall. Oh, it's nice and cool in here. It's so hot. I'd say it's already 28 degrees and it's 9:30 in the morning. It's probably going to get well over 30, and the street itself is a bit of a sun trap. So this is the Market Hall. It says there's a vintage tea room, so that would be nice. Might go and get a cup of tea there, as long as they don't close at like 2 o'clock or something, like most tea rooms seem to do, but hopefully they won't. Anyway, this part of the church box now, here there's various other stalls, all sorts of different stalls, so I'll have a look around at them later on. As you can see, you know, some of them are still being set up. Distillery, all the sort of thing you get up in Scotland, but I think that was a gin distillery. So I'm going to have a look at that later. I better not drink any in this weather because I've got to drive home later on. Might be able to get some to take home later. Yellow Porsche. Weaving my way round through the crowds. There's a lot of nice pubs in Amersham Old Town, some very traditional pubs, which is always nice to see. It's quite nice actually just to be able to walk down the middle of the street, because normally there'd be cars, even though there is a bypass. It does usually get quite busy with cars. Something else is coming. It sounds like something quite interesting. This old tractor making a nice bit of clag, so I think we'll see that go past in a moment. Because so there's a few plastic cars down there, and then there's a load more down the end where I am. So we'll just slowly walk along and we'll let that overtake us. Earlier on, when a traction engine arrived, I ran along, kept overtaking it because they go so slowly. I don't know if that was in hindsight the most sensible thing to do in this heat. There's tractor coming, 2 tractors coming, so we'll see them go past and then we'll continue. 3 tractors coming, it's exciting. I'll let you watch them go by. That was good. I don't know much about tractors. I know it's a Massey Ferguson just because I recognise the badge. Oh, there's another one coming. Just let you see this other one go by. Can't see any more tractors going. We're going to follow them down now to the end and see what there is. Oh, that's quite cool. Look. This vehicle here isn't actually as old as it looks because it's only a T-Reg, but behind it is Amersham Museum, and it's like their mobile museum. They drive it around to events and can show off Amersham. It's only a T-Reg, so it's actually quite new. It's newer than my car. In fact, it probably is the newest vehicle that you could class as a classic. I noticed the tractor in front, that's a Q-Reg. Q is like the reg for anything, you know, that's not your standard vehicle. So that's always find out. There's some of the traction engines are Q-Reg. And continue along here. Looks like there's going to be some Morris dancing later on, and various other craft stalls along here. So I'll have to have a good look around that later on. Craft stalls, food stalls. So you know all the foodies will probably be quite happy here. Some nice local paintings for sale. Yeah, so there's all sorts of things. Tombola, so your typical sort of English town fair thing. Someone said a load of hats. A bit hot for that kind of hat today. So yeah, we'll continue walking along. There's my dad again on his bike. We'll see some other Morris miners and travellers. I'm just getting out of the road so I don't get run over. That woman was driving a little bit erratically. Anyway, let's have a look. We've come down to the classic cars. There's a lot more here than when I was down here earlier. So there you are, there's a Morris Traveller. As my dad goes by again. Got a Triumph, a couple of Triumphs arriving. Oh, that's not a Triumph, is it? That's a Cortina, I think. That's a Cortina. Oh, another one. I'm fairly sure that's 2 Cortinas. And there's a Morgan coming along. So I personally think this is the most interesting part of the event right now before it gets too busy. Because like I say, there's quite a lot of people here now. It's going to get really busy later on. Some very vintage vehicles. Don't really know too much about them. Okay, walk through here. Let's walk down here. There's a lot of cars here now. There's that Beetle that went past us. See, when I first arrived here this morning, my dad parked his Morris Traveller or Morris pickup there with the bike on the back. There's my Lada. So we parked there. We were about the first people here, and now there's just like classic cars everywhere. So, I got here early because I'm wondering how many more are actually going to fit in. They said it's first come, first served. Citroen 2CV there. Lancia, I think they're quite nice cars. More MGs, Morgans. I don't think that Merc's supposed to be part of the display, that was just already here. Cadillac there. There's another Morris Minor, that's a really old one because that's got a split windscreen. What else we got on this side? So another Cadillac, so the America here and there, and then we'll go down to where those tractors were going, and then I don't know, I'm going to have to go and get a cold drink, I think, because it's so hot. Probably by then the first buses will be running, so I'll go up to the new town. There's a couple of miniature traction engines, they're always good to see. And then probably to me the most interesting exhibit on display is this John Fowler of Leeds traction engine. If you have a look, there's the works plate. See the works plate just there, number 7788. So that's John Fowler Leeds traction engine. So I've already made another video on that one of her arriving. And there's the living van. It was quite interesting watching them park up, how they had to uncouple the living van and everything. There's a Leyland lorry, and there's a row of tractors there. There's the tractor division arriving. Down there, there's a few more fairground rides. We won't go and have a look at them. I think I'm going to walk back to my car now and just get ready for a long hot day. And I'll look at the other side of the traction engine. So I'm glad I'm not driving that in this heat. I should think there'll be, sorry, a lady was saying excuse me. I thought, oh, what's that about? She was saying she likes my videos, which was very nice to hear. So, as I say, we're just going to walk back down to my car. It's nice, that American car. I do like the colour, the red and the white, the contrast of it. Feels a bit quieter now. Got another car arriving. So, we're now getting back to my larder where I think I'm going to finish the video. So that's my larder, and I said that's my dad's pickup and his bike, which he made. He made some fiberglass Morris Minor wings and made them into a bike. So what I'm going to do, this is our table. He puts everything on the back of his pickup. I've got somewhere to sit now, so I'm just going to sit here now for a bit and cool down and enjoy the day. So thank you very much for watching. Please do feel free to like, subscribe and comment. And from the Amersham Heritage Day, goodbye.
But yeah, so they are. Yeah, I mean the chocolate. I think on this one you can see stuff. Everybody comes to